Hi everyone, welcome to another video. It has been a minute since I picked my camera up, but I got a little burnt out. I was working on a couple big pieces a month or so ago, and once I completed them, I just needed a little bit of a break. But I'm refreshed, I'm ready to go. I have two pieces I'm working on right now. This one is a little bit smaller. It's going to be 7.5 by 9 inches, and then I have a bigger one over there that I will show later in the video that is, I think it's about 12 by or 11 by 17 inches, so it's much bigger than this one. I will be working on both of them in this video. I don't know if I'll be able to finish them, but hopefully I can at least finish the smaller one. I also want to head over to Goodwill in this video and try to find some clothes that I could upcycle with some embroidery. I used to do this quite a bit. I pretty much upcycled all of the clothes I had in my closet that were just like plain cotton shirts or button downs, and I have run out, and I kind of miss embroidering on clothes, so I do want to see if Goodwill has anything. When I go, I usually am looking for, of course, natural fiber, so 100% cotton, 100% linen, just like a plain button down or just any type of plain top that's kind of a blank canvas that I could work on. So I'm going to see if they have anything there. I hope they do. But yeah, thank you guys for coming back to watch another video. So let's get into it. So I did not find anything for embroidery purposes, but I did get two button-ups, just a cotton oversize and like an olive green. And it's funny because Anthropologie has, I think it's like the Shrunken Bennett or something button-up, and it's been sold out in like the green stripes, and I kind of wanted it, but I got this one, and I really like the color, and this was $13.99. A little pricey for Goodwill, but, and then I also got this button-up. This is 100% cotton. It's just like an oversized vintage one. I really like the colors of this one. And it's nice and lightweight, cotton. This will be really cute with a pair of shorts. It's like the perfect oversized fit too. So I didn't get what I came for, but I didn't get nothing. So we'll consider that a success. I'm gonna go home now and continue embroidering. Hi guys, it's a new day and I just completed this smaller piece that I've been working on. So all of the beading and embroidery is now done on this one. So next step is to cut it out, bead the edges, and get it hung up. Instead of doing square edges, like hard right angles, I think I'm gonna do a curve, so it's kind of like this. I've only done this like with the two rounded edges once before on a swan piece I completed a few months ago, and I really liked how it looked, especially for a smaller piece, it kind of just adds that extra little detail. And I think the shape of this design, since it's very like round, it will kind of help to make it look cohesive. I do just need to pick out the color that I'm going to do the beaded edge. So this was a very simple color scheme this time around. So it's just really green, off-white, gold, red, and pink. And there's some like burgundy tones in there as well. And I do really like how it looks on this golden chartreuse background. And I'm kind of thinking to keep things simple, like a pop of red for the edge would be cool. But part of me is saying to just go with a, let me get my bead drawer here. Part of me wants to kind of just keep it simple and do like a monochromatic moment. So I have these beads that are like honestly the same color as the velvet, and I think if I did the whole edge in these it would look nice and cohesive. My other thought, if I don't end up doing these, would be to do this off-white color, which would kind of pop from the swans. So I don't know, I'm gonna cut it out and lay all of my color options out and see what it looks like. I definitely know I don't want to do pink. I could do gold. Gold is always a safe bet as well. This would pick up on the heart locket down here. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to keep these three options aside, and then we will see what we're working with when I actually get to that point. I did put backing on this one to really keep it in place. And then I have to get my felt backing cut out to size. So there's a few more steps I have to do before I do pick out the bead color. So I cut my piece out to the shape I wanted. I have my little curved edges and I really like how those look, and I have my felt on the back. I chose to do this dark burgundy I had because of the burgundy details. Not that anyone's really going to be looking at the back of this, but I just thought it was fun. And now I just need to put my fray check around all of the edges. I like to do that just to secure the velvet in place because this velvet does shed a little bit. It's very soft, this particular one. So once you cut it, you're kind of, you know, loosening it up a little bit. So I want to make sure that all of the edges have fray check, and then it is time to bead the edges. This is the smaller piece. I really like how it turned out. I decided to do something different for the beaded edge at the bottom, and I did like some alternating pearls and check fire polish beads at different heights, and I really like how that fringe turned out. And then yeah, it's a little bit of a smaller piece, but I like the simplicity of it. Currently watching a Whatnot stream. There's a lot of like vintage sellers on Whatnot. If you haven't heard of it, it's kind of like a live stream where you could sell in like an auction situation, and I've gotten a lot of good stuff. I found some really good sellers on there, so every time they have a show I always tune in. I have to have some self-control. It's so easy to just like swipe and bid on something, and the way it works is you could swipe and then someone can bid higher than you and you could just keep going and going, and things can get out of control fast. So I try not to bid on anything unless I absolutely need it. I will be working on this for probably the rest of the day, unless I have some other stuff that comes up that I need to do. I have gotten, I don't think you can really see it, but I've gotten the embroidery part done, so the two bigger swans, and I have two beaded clouds done. So the rest, I have to do another cloud, and then the rest are kind of like little details in the border. I am very excited to finish this one though. I love this baby blue velvet that I'm using, and it is a bigger piece, so I think it's really going to stand out. So let's get into that as I try not to spend all my money on Whatnot. I just lost a bit on Whatnot while I'm embroidering and I'm bummed, but it just, the number kept going up. I'm actually kind of happy I lost because my last bid was like 50 something dollars and the bid started at like 30. And I'm like, I don't need to pay like $59 for this shirt, and then someone outbid me. Still watching the stream though. I will still be here embroidering and bidding on auctions. This shirt jacket I have on right now is actually from Whatnot. It came as like a long short coat, but I'm pretty short, so it hit me in a really weird spot. It just so happened that the seam here was exactly where I wanted to crop it, so I cut a raw hem, but it will stay in place because the seam is right above it. But yeah, I really like this jacket and I got it. It's true vintage. I could tell because the tag is so old and it's like a vintage brand I've never heard of. And I think I paid like $28 for this. And I love how the sleeves also cuff to like the corduroy contrast. Old stuff is just, for the most part, usually better than the newer stuff. And it's more unique looking. And it's just, there's so many timeless pieces that some of these resellers find. And yeah, I'm about it. I probably spend a lot of time watching Whatnot streams, but when I'm embroidering, it's kind of the perfect thing to have on in the background because I can just be shopping hands-free for the most part while being productive. And the only thing suffering is my bank account. Anyways, I'm gonna get back to watching this and I will be embroidering. So I have a little bead haul from an order I placed. I had a gift card, which is why I got some stuff. I have banned myself from buying beads unless I really, really, really need a color for a project. But since I had a gift card and, I mean, it was technically free, I was allowed. First and foremost, anytime I'm doing an order, especially if I have a gift card, I usually am restocking my fire line. 6-pound crystal, favorite one to use. Stand on that. I don't think I'll ever use a different beading thread. For this order, I kind of just wanted to get some colors I don't already have and some colors that I want to experiment with. So I have some like darker blues and greens in here, which I don't really gravitate towards. Well, these are darker blue greens. I have a lot of greens, a lot of like olive greens and like yellow toned greens. That's usually my go-to and my favorite, but I wanted to experiment with some new colors. I only bought 5 grams of the Delicas because I wanted to make sure I liked them first. The thing with buying beads, I feel like personally, it is extremely hard to find beads that look exactly the same in real life as they do in the photos or the manufacturer pictures on the website where you're buying them from. Unless I'm buying beads in person, I always want to make sure that I'm just getting a little amount at first to make sure I like them before I order any large amounts. So there's 5 grams of all the Delicas I got, and then I think the smallest amount of grams I could get for the Toho size 11 round seed beads was 13 grams. So that's a 13-gram tube. I actually knew this color already. I have this in a size 8 that I use for the edges of some of my pieces, but I wanted the size 11, which is a little bit smaller, to use them on like actual details. But this one's light sapphire, silver lined light sapphire, and I really like this color. It's so pretty. And then these two, I think I actually already have this one and I ordered that by accident. But I use these. I definitely have these. These are denim blue. But these are only $2.45, so it couldn't hurt to restock something I know I already have and like. And then these ones are gilt lined, or GL crystal. I don't know if it was gilt lined or gold lined. Could be gold lined crystal. But these are like a neutral kind of goldish beige. So that's all I got for the round seed beads. The next ones are size 11 Delicas, so they're Mayukis. These are silver line dyed magenta. I will definitely be ordering more of these. And the other warmer tone I got was Silver Lined Glazed Dark Saffron. It's a mouthful. These kind of just look like a bronzy, I feel like you really can't see. Oh, maybe you could see a little bit. But these are like a bronzy golds. There's definitely like that orangey yellow undertone, but those are nice. I can definitely use those. Oh, I got another warmer toned. And then these are Sparkle Light Peridot Lined Topaz. A lot of mouthfuls for these, but these are kind of like a yellowy light gold. And I really like those. Those are pretty. I don't think I have anything quite like that. They're not as like shiny as most golds are. They're kind of like, but they're also not matte. I'm not really a huge fan of matte beads, but those are pretty. They're very simple. So this one is actually kind of like the color of my shirt, which is funny. These are Inside Dyed Stormy. Definitely like those. These ones they're kind of like a navy sapphire-y color, and they're called Inside Dyed Night Sky. Very pretty. And then this one is Seafoam Lined Crystal Alabaster. So these kind of have that like iridescent shine to them, and they're like kind of exactly what they say they are. They're seafoam green. And then lastly, these are a little bit more of a cool tone blue. They actually kind of match my nails. Yeah, they do match my nails pretty well. And these ones are called Inside Dyed Dusk. Don't really know why that name is what these are called, because these don't remind me of dusk at all. I guess maybe a little bit. I don't know, but these are really pretty too. Excited for those. So that's my haul. I'm happy with everything, and like I said, it was free, so I can't really be mad anyway. I'm excited to experiment with some of those green blue tones. I'm going to continue with this piece. I'm almost finished with the third cloud, and then I get to start the border and the flowers and the stars. So I'm very excited to continue this. I don't know why it's taking me so long to complete this piece. I just am doing it in such small spurts. It's one of those pieces that I'm so excited to see the final product, but for some reason it's taking me forever to finish, so I really need to lock in on this one.